Let's talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is the next potential NFC playoff contender on the Niners schedule after the Saints. And what you got to know about the Bucs is they started off 2-0. Since then, they've lost 5 of 6. The one win was that controversial win against the Falcons where Brady got sacked at the end and they called it a 15-yard penalty. It was very, very close to being on a 6-game losing streak, which is interesting because they do have a good defense. All those guys from that Super Bowl, Vita Vea, all the safeties, the corners, the linebackers, still there. Todd Bowles still there. Tom Brady's still there. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin's still there. They essentially lost Rob Gronkowski, maybe a center, a couple offensive linemen, and they cannot run the ball or win, and they're totally dysfunctional. Maybe it's all Giselle's fault. What do you think of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? It's Giselle's fault.
It does seem like that they are falling apart, right?
100%.
Yeah.
So dysfunctional.
And the 49, I think we've talked about it before. It's like Tom Brady is not a mobile quarterback.
No.
He genuinely does not. He does not do well with pressure. But the thing with Brady, it's always been, can you get interior pressure on him?
Right.
So I guess
Will Armstead play? Will Kinlaw play? We don't know. Yeah.
Will Armstead play?
Yeah.
And maybe an answer for that is can they stay in that 4 defensive end front and get interior pressure on in
right. Given the fact that the Bucs can't run the ball at all.
Right.
Kind of like the Rams. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Dude,
the Bucs lost to the Carolina Panthers 2 weeks ago. Sorry to cut you off. They lost 21-3 to PJ Walker and Deontay Foreman. Sorry. And they lost to the Steelers. Wow. They beat the Falcons, though. It's crazy. Sorry.
I'm going to say Niners win that game.
Yeah, I think they will too, but let's just slow down.
Actually, wait. You know what? I'm going to backtrack because
let's backtrack.
I'm going to backtrack because I'm going to go with what I've said right before is about the turnovers. Tom Brady isn't turning the ball over though.
That's what I wanted to point. He's got one pick this year. One pick. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna backtrack and
they're not gonna beat themselves in this game. The Niners are gonna have to beat them. And they can, but Tampa has a good defense. They got Vita Vea, who no one on the Niners offensive line can block. Oh, maybe Aaron Banks. Aaron Banks having a good year. But it seems like the Niners offensive line has problems with big D linemen. Chris Jones. Like, they always do a good job against Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald is undersized and quick, and he uses it to his advantage. But Chris Jones is on the other end of the spectrum, and the Niners have never been able to handle him because their guys are all small and undersized on the offensive line, except for Banks.
Yeah, I feel like the Niners, they kind of let Aaron Donald do his because Aaron Donald will guess and will go he'll go inside to get outside, and the Niners just let him do it, and then they seal him off. Like I saw one clip where like, "Whoa, look at this block Aaron Banks put on Aaron Donald." No,
I saw that.
Aaron Donald just went inside and didn't try to go around him, and he couldn't.
Right.
So,
right. Yeah. So they face him twice a year. They know what to expect. They don't face Vita Vea twice a year. He's more like the Chris Jones. No, he's not like Chris Jones, but he's just a big load. Like, he got 4.5 sacks this year. I think this is going to be a tougher game than the Saints game just because it's freaking Tom Brady. And although they're dysfunctional now, it'll be interesting. Either that team will be down and out. This is week 12. So either this team will be totally eliminated and in the midst of like an embarrassing 10-game losing streak, or maybe Tom Brady figures it out because they have talent. Again, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, that's 2 guys. Better than nothing.
Yeah. And I know Jimmy Garoppolo right now is posting a career low interception percentage, but that normally normalizes itself. Like, he always is kind of around the same 2.6, 2.8. Yeah. So
it's true.
Until it keeps going and extending and he keeps it low, I'm gonna believe that he's gonna throw picks. And this might be the game where he does. And
it's actually week 14. Sorry, I just wanted to correct myself. It's December 11th, week 14. So this is a lot of time for Jimmy Garoppolo to start throwing picks and Tom Brady to start figuring it out. Yeah. Don't overlook this game. The Bucs are tough. I don't know what to make of them.
And the other thing is, you just mentioned about the NFC South, how it's not good. So the Bucs aren't going to be out of the hunt. So they're not going to be like 1-2-3 Cancun. Like
Exactly. So the fact that the NFC South is so terrible actually plays against the Niners because they're going to have to deal with these desperate, mediocre teams deep into the season. And I don't know. I mean, the Niners might be a desperate, mediocre team too. So we'll have to see. Buccaneers game is very interesting. This one and the Cardinals ones, I think, are the two that could present the Niners problems so far. Although at least Tom Brady can't move. Huh?
Desperate and mediocre. Somehow this like our show always goes back to lowered expectations.
Yeah, pretty much. The Niners. Yeah, it's like the Niners just dated Jimmy Garoppolo through their 20s and 30s, and then they just broke up at like 39 with no kids, and they're like, oh no, I gotta work this out. We just matched on Bumble. We have terrific compatibility. Let's have a kid tomorrow. Yeah, that's kind of what happened, right? I don't think that happened at all.